Hello students, welcome back to Vigyan Academy. In today's class, we will be discussing about the objectives of the Indian Constitution's preamble. Alright, in one of the previous videos, we have discussed the gist, the summary of what the preamble is and what kind of state does the preamble want to establish in India, like socialist, secular, republic, alright, democratic. That is the type of state that we want. But inside the state, in the country, what are the objectives that the constitution wants to fulfill? Those are the objectives of the preamble of India. Now, what are the objectives? The first and foremost objective is justice. Justice, social, economic, and political. Now, what does this mean? Social justice means that every person in the society should be and must be treated equally, and there should be no discrimination whatsoever between any of the citizens of the country, whether on the basis of caste, religion, gender, creed, place of birth, nothing. There should be no discrimination at any level in the society. Everyone in the society should be given equality, whether equality in access to public spaces like temples, wells, water wells, or access to public hospitals, schools, dispensaries, and equality in opportunity. Like if someone wants to compete for a public job, a public opportunity, if he or she has the age and educational qualification, he or she should be and must be allowed to compete for that opportunity, irrespective of the caste, creed, gender, place of birth, religion, whatsoever. All right. Then comes economic justice. Economic justice means that there should be non-discrimination based on wealth. Okay? What it tries to establish is a socialist and welfare state. All right. What they are trying to say here is they want to serve economic justice, because society is such that the society is divided into the haves and the have-nots. The haves are the ones that have, you know, excess and surplus of resources economically, monetarily, and the have-nots are the ones who do not have the resources and monetary supply even for their basic livelihood. So that does not serve an economic justice, right? So economic justice basically wishes to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. All right, it wants to destroy income inequality and wealth inequality. It wants to make sure that there is not too much of a difference between the rich and the poor. And political justice, it means everybody should have equal political right and an equal voice in electing who they want to see as the government of the country, which means everybody. It actually derives from the idea of universal suffrage, that everyone has the right to vote irrespective of their gender, caste, religion. Yes, the minimum age will be there, 18, but other than that, there should be no discrimination at all. Everybody should have the equal political voice to speak up in whatever they want, in whatever way they see that it is in the well-being of the country, in the well-being of the government. Now, what do we need to look at? That where has been the idea of justice been taken from? See, the idea of justice has been taken from the Russian Revolution of 1917. The Russian Revolution that happened in 1917, the idea of justice comes from there. The next objective is liberty. Now, what is liberty? Liberty means absence of any type of restraints. See, in countries like North Korea, liberty is very, very minimal. There are a lot of restraints on the activities of the individuals. They cannot be on social media. They cannot go for an import and export business. They cannot, go for an opportunity they see for their own development. So what happens in place where there is liberty, people are independent. They do not have anything binding them from doing anything. If they feel like that there is a certain opportunity and they want to pursue it, they want to go for that opportunity for development, they are free to do so. And activities made, they can participate in any activities which is legal, of course. You cannot go to, you can't say that I have liberty, I can do something illegal, I can go and sell drugs or kill someone. No, that is not the case. Liberty means anything that is legal, anything that is within your right, you are free to do that. There are no restraints over you. Now, preamble says liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Now, what does that mean? Liberty of thought means you are free to think whatever you want. You are free to express. You are free to say. You have the freedom of speech. You have the you are free to believe and faith. Whatever God, whatever form of religion you want to believe, you want to have your faith in, whatever form you want to worship God in, you are free to do so. No one can dictate you on. Although liberty is not an absolute thing, all right? Liberty is kind of licensed. Why? Because if we give away absolute liberty to a person, they can do whatever they want, even if it goes beyond the purview of law and legality, right? So certain constraints are there. Of course, there will be, to make sure that liberty के नाम पे कोई कुछ भी ना कर दे जाए, है ना? And global inspiration क्या था इसका? जो liberty, equality और fraternity के ideas है, these ideas have been taken from the French Revolution. The next objectives, equality and fraternity, right? So what is equality? Equality basically means there are no special privileges. No one in this society should have any special privileges. If I have to stand in a queue for something, the other person has to stand in a queue for the same thing. The opportunities are going to be same for all and adequate for all. Equality will be civic, political, and economic. Okay? Now, how do they want to achieve it? Civic equality by stopping discrimination, political equality by giving everybody the right to vote and choose the government of their choice, and economic equality by trying to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. Fraternity. Fraternity means nothing but a sense of brotherhood, to promote the sense of unity, a sense of oneness between people, that yes, we are all in a single brotherhood, we are all brothers, we are all the sons of the same country, Mother India, yeah, and we should all be united in all forms at any point of time. And what does it assure? It assures the dignity of the individual. Every individual should have their basic dignity. He or she should live a dignified life, and it also assures that the country should be in unity and integrity. There should be no forces in the country trying to break up the unity or the integrity of the nation. Now, let us understand the word integrity was actually not there in the original preamble. Just like the word socialist, this word integrity was added in the Constitution by the 42nd Amendment of the year 1976. Now, these are some perspectives. For example, K.M. Munshi, he addressed the Constitution as the horoscope of our sovereign democratic republic. Why? Because, like a horoscope, this gives an idea about what the country is going to be, what kind of a system the country is going to follow. Thakur Das Bhargava, he said it is the soul of the Constitution because it carries the basic idea, the basic sense of the Constitution. Ernest Barker, he said it is a keynote, like an introduction, an abstract, or a preface that tells you what the Constitution is all about. And N.A. Palkhiwala, we have already discussed this in the last video, it is like the ID card. Although the ID card does not give the full information, it tells you what this thing is and what the Constitution is all about. And what is the utility? It serves as a guiding light to interpret the true spirit of the Constitution. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के किसी चीज का मीनिंग इंटरप्रेट करने में कभी अटक जाए, तो उस टाइम हम प्रियम्बल को रेफर कर सकते हैं और समझ सकते हैं कि प्रियम्बल के नजर से अगर हम देखें तो इस चीज का मतलब क्या हो सकता है. ठीक है? So that would be it for today's video. I hope it was an informative video for all of you. We'll meet again in another video very soon. Until then, take care, goodbye, and Jai Hind.